Good evening, everyone, and blessed be. This is your host, Aries Starwind, and welcome back to another episode of Witchcraft After Hours. I hope you all had a wonderful day, and I hope you're ready for another sexy and sultry night, because today's topic, we're talking about fetishes. Let's go. This article is from occultworld.com. A fetish is actually an object believed to embody spirits or be inhabited by or attached to them. A fetish represents the spirits to its owner and creates a bond between the human and supernatural realms. Usually a doll or carved image, a fetish may also be an animal tooth, snake vertebrae, beautiful stones, or even the hut where a witch doctor communes with his spirit guides. Fetishes are widely used in animalistic religions. They are often worn as ornamental talismans or amulets, but they are not the same as traditional talismans or amulets, which do not carry inhabiting spirits. The word fetish derives either from the Latin factitious, made by art, or the Portuguese fetico, from charm or sorcery. The term usually is associated with the West African juju, meaning sacred object. Juju may be a European translation of the narrative expression gru-gru, or it may refer to the French word jojo, meaning a doll or plaything. Early European traders on the West African coast may have mistaken fetishes, which are sacred, for mere playthings. A slight variation of gru-gru is gris-gris, a modern term for a charm or talisman kept for good luck or ward off evil. In ancient Egyptian fetishes, let's see. The ancient Egyptians, who practiced an animalistic religion in pre-times, had numerous gods and goddesses of fetish origin, especially those associated with magic, luck, increase, health, and life. Egyptian animalism was succeeded by magic cults, and then cults of animalism, birds, trees, and the totemism and fetishism, of which enabled the higher spirits to evolve into deities. African American fetishes. Africans captured for the slave trade brought their fetishes with them to the New World. Possession of a fetish, however, was punishable by torture and death. Not only were the fetishes graven images of a god other than the Christian one, they also represented tribal ways feared by white masters. Eventually, the slaves began carrying stones or small bags filled with herbs or oils for good luck, for such items were not seen as threatening. Most gris-gris today are made the same exact way. In New Orleans, the traditional headquarters of American voodoo, many people, even some police officers, carry gris-gris bags for protection. Legends about the famous New Orleans voodoo queen Marie Laveau tell that her gris-gris contained bits of bone, colored stones, graveyard dust, also called gopher dust, salt and red pepper. More elaborate gris-gris might have been made of tiny bird nests and horsehair weavings. A red flannel bag containing a lodestone or a magnet was a favorite gris-gris for gamblers, sure to bring them good luck. In Santeria, the gris-gris bags are called resguardos, or protectors. A typical resguardo, and I'm sorry, I'm butchering that because I do not speak Spanish and my dialect is terrible. Under the protection of the thunder god Chango, might be made of red velvet and filled with herbs, spices, brown sugar, aloes, and other ingredients, and then stitched with red thread. Finally, the preparer attaches a tiny gold sword, the symbol of Saint Barbara, Chango's image as a Catholic saint, and if the swords break, Chango's Chango has interceded on the owner's behalf. Gree also can be used to cause someone else ill luck. Throwing a gree bag filled with gunpowder and red pepper in someone's path or on his doorstep supposedly makes that person get into a fight. Leaving a gree at the front door tells a person he is out of favor with the voodoos and has better watch his step. Another term for gree is charm bag. Native American fetishes. Fetishes are part of the traditions of various North American tribes. In some traditions, fetishes are owned individually, while in others they are primarily collective. The Crow in the Dakota, for example, have fetishes of societies of visionaries, while the Sauk and the Fox of Wisconsin have clan fetishes, and the Pawnee of Nebraska have village fetishes. The Midewiwin, or Grand Medicine Society of the Great Lakes region, had a collective fetish of the sacred white shell, which empowered initiates. The strongest fetish tradition has existed for centuries among the Pueblo. Oh my gosh, I butchered that. I'm so sorry. No disrespect, I'm so sorry. The strongest fetish tradition has existed for centuries among the Pueblo, and particularly the Zunyi, the most ceremonial of the Pueblo. Zunyi fetishes are animals, birds, and reptiles carved from stone or horn or made from shell. They are regarded as extremely powerful and are used only for religious purposes. The most traditional forms are the mountain lion, the bear, the coyote, the wolf, and eagle, which are valued for their prowess in game hunting. Carried in leather pouches around a hunter's neck, they are believed to aid the success of the hunt. Small ornaments of turquoise, shell, beads, or arrow points are tied to the backs of the fetishes to increase their powers. Besides hunting, fetishes aid luck, gambling, and war, protect households, and play a role in various initiations and curing rituals. Some fetishes represent deities such as the Earth Mother and Creator God. The Corn Mother aspect of the Earth Mother is represented by a sacred corn ear or similar fetish and is kept by each individual throughout life. The fetish contains a seed or seeds so that the cycle of life may continue. The Acoma, a Pueblo tribe, destroy the corn fetish upon a person's death. The Zunyi break up their similar fetish and plant the seeds in deceased fields. If not kept in a pouch, fetishes are housed in jars. They must be properly cared for, or they will visit ill fortune upon their owners. The most powerful Zunyi fetishes are collective ones which belong to ceremonial societies. The rain priests own the most holy, called Etowe, which provide the priest's source of power. The Etowe represents the nourishing force of the Earth Mother and the soul power of life-giving breath of Awanawilana. Sorry, I butchered it, I'm sure. But she is the bisexual creator god. Fetishes of frogs, which are associated with water, are used in rain-making ceremonies and are buried near water sources to ensure a continuing supply of portable water. Zunyi medicine societies have large, animal-like fetishes, which represent the beast gods, gods of the most sacred animals. These are housed in jars and fed daily. The Ant Society uses its fetish, an effigy of a red ant tied to a horn medicine pouch to cure skin diseases. The fetish is placed on a pillow near the patient's face, where it draws out the illness through a patient's mouth. The healing also involves 12 mornings of chanting. Among the Acoma, the corn mother fetish is used in curing illness. Ceremonial fetishes carved from deer antler are highly valued, since the antler once was a part of a living creature. Horn fetishes are associated with sea serpents, whose power is believed to be greater than that of the beast of gods. The Zunyi fetishes are regarded as the petrified supernatural beings and have their own origin in myth. When the first ancestors emerged from the four caves of the lower regions, the underworld, they were greeted by a new world covered with water, shaken by earthquakes, and filled with monstrous beasts of prey. The children of the sun took pity on them and dried and hardened the earth with lightning arrows.